bit of distortion there. So I heard a bit of that. So sad. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back in the studio with a good cup of coffee for one more vocal analysis. And today we are listening to Harry Styles singing "Everybody Wants to Rule the World." I just made an analysis on Harry Styles and his song Aperture, and I'm really excited to listen to this one. This is quite a classic, and I want to know what he does with it. I'm pretty sure we'll have lots of different techniques going on here. Haven't listened to the song yet. Of course, I know the song, but not his version of the song. And I must say that besides that video that I made on him, and probably a few songs that I heard a while back, I'm not that familiar with his singing styles. And this one never gets old. And yeah, let's listen to it together and see what we can find in there. If you're new to the channel, my name is Kyle Lish. I'm a singer-songwriter who loves coffee. In fact, as a singer-songwriter, I just released my latest single. I wouldn't say I just released. I released a few months back. My latest single is called Leave It All Behind. It is a rock/metal song, so if you are into that style of music and you are curious about my own singing, then you might want to check it out, and it would mean a lot to me if you could give me your feedback. I would love to hear what you think of my own music. I'm about to release another song. This one, the name is still a secret, but we made the music video, we recorded the music video for it last week, and now it's on the editing and post-production part of the process, and I'm just waiting for it to get ready so that we can release it. So stay tuned, news on that soon. Now, as a vocal coach, my work is focused on laryngeal biomechanics and physiology. So basically what the muscles that we have inside our larynxes do in order to achieve the sounds that we hear in contemporary singing. In fact, that's what will be the focus of this analysis here. We'll be listening to what Harry Styles is doing with his voice, and we'll be analyzing what's happening at a physiological level, so what we can do with our vocal muscles in order to achieve similar sounds. Alright, if you want to become my singing student, check out my singing course, my online singing course, Building Your Voice. We cover a range of different topics inside the course. I will leave the link in the description and you can get access to all the information without committing to anything. But we talk about how to belt, we talk about ornaments such as vibratos, yodels, runs, we talk about vocal distortions. Yeah! We have a complete module on vocal distortions, how to practice and apply them in a way that's healthy, that will not hurt your voice. We have a vocal exercise library, a lot of different things, so check it out. All of the info will be there, and again, you can check it out without committing to anything. You have examples of different lessons. Check it out, and I hope to see you on the other side. Now, without further ado, let's listen to Harry Styles.
Welcome to your life. There's no turning back.
Turning back. Here, what we already can say, and if you are not new to this channel, you might know what I'm about to say, but we are talking about passive vocal schemes. Basically, our vocal folds might be in active tension, hey, or passive tension, hey, and inside each of those two categories, we have different vocal schemes, different vocal techniques. The one that he's using right now, we call inside Vocal Anthropophysiology, which is the theoretical framework for my work as a voice teacher. We call that a Gregorian voice, as a tribute to the Gregorian chant, Gregorian movement, because this is the kind of behavior that happens quite strongly in the Gregorian chant, but of course this is not everything that we hear in the Gregorian chant, but it's something that happens there. So yeah, we have the vocal folds in passive tension. Turning back. He's not doing back, which would be active. No, we have a soft tone there. The vocal folds are more relaxed. They are not resisting that much against the air pressure. That's the reason why we say that they are passive, because we have still the intention of being heard. We are projecting, we are sending air pressure that characterizes a Gregorian voice. For instance, he could be singing, "There's no turning back," and it would be super, super quiet. That would be yet another vocal scheme that we call weak voice. That's not the case here. He's doing a Gregorian voice.
Even while we sleep, we will find you acting on your best behavior.
Behavior. Now he's switching to an active scheme, and we even have a yodel there. That sigh slash crack in between those sounds. Well, whenever we don't want that sound to happen, we say that that's a crack. When we want it to happen, we call it yodel. Some people call it cry. Some people call it sigh. All good. Inside vocal anthropophysiology, we tend to call that yodel, just the way that we classify it. And that's another thing about vocal pedagogy. You will hear, and if you are into singing content on YouTube, you know that you will hear different vocal coaches referring with different names, the same behavior, the same phenomena. And yeah, this is pretty much what we call inside vocal physiology a yodel. And he's switching between a passive vocal scheme behavior and an active vocal scheme. That active vocal scheme behavior, because right there, right, that's a B. I don't have perfect pitch, so I didn't know that was a B. I just try until I find the. Of course, I have a sense of relative pitch, as most of the music teachers will have, but I don't have perfect pitch. Like when I listen to him singing a pitch and I have no reference, I don't know what pitch that is. So it was fun for me to like hit exactly the same note. Now, because we are talking about a note that's below the E4, we call that a crooner voice. So remember this, active vocal folds, we have different vocal schemes depending on the range. Because he was singing below the E4, that characterizes a crooner voice. In case we have something above the E4 with active vocal folds, later we can talk about that. Yeah! Like this. You're back, yo! This is what we call a worn voice inside vocal anthropophysiology, and that's pretty much belting. Yeah! Singing with active vocal folds above the E4. Hey, I am singing up there with active vocal folds! That's a worn voice. The voice that you would use to warn someone about something. And we have physiological changes happening above the E4. And that's the reason why we separate those two vocal behaviors, the crooner voice and the worn voice, as two different vocal schemes, because the relation between TAs and CTs will change, and the need for firmness on your larynx will change with it. So we will require more firmness, the posterior muscles acting more to embrace the vocal folds when you're talking about notes that are above the E4, and he's doing that greatly. There, he's controlling really well the volume as well. As you can see, the microphone is pretty close. He's using in-ears, so he's controlling the volume. That's amazing.
Mother Nature, everybody wants
The Gregorian voice again, real soft. Dynamics, colors, amazing.
It's my own desire. It's my own dream. Oh, help me to decide.
A run there. That starts on a worn voice. Desire. I think he's singing desire. It starts on the worn voice because it's up there. And goes down to a crooner voice. Oh.
Help me make the most of freedom and of pleasure. Nothing ever lasts forever. Everybody wants to. There's a room where the light won't find you. Holding hands while the walls come tumbling. When you do, I'll be right behind you. I'm so glad we've almost made it. So sad we. So sad we almost made it. So sad.
I heard a bit of distortion there. So I heard a bit of that. So sad. So sad. That's a phaser voice. Beautiful. A phaser voice. So it's a kind of vocal distortion that we call glottic distortion, because it happens at the level of the vocal folds. Basically, we have a couple cartilages that hold the vocal folds on the posterior part. Those are the arytenoid cartilages, and the phaser is characterized by the tips of the arytenoid cartilages creating a crackling, the part of the adjustment, while the body of the vocal folds is also allowing some breathiness, some hiss, and we have both of those happening at the same time to create a balanced and compound glottic distortion. Compound because we have crackling and hiss and whizzing at the same time. By the way, each of these techniques, including the distortion, the phaser voice, are detailed and explained in theory and practice inside my singing course of Using Your Voice. So in case you want to learn these techniques the right way with a step-by-step guide with students as well as myself demonstrating the techniques and exercises on how to achieve and apply them, check it out. The link is down below. You can get all of the info on what we cover and even examples of the lessons in the link in the description. So check it out. Never, I like that. Something that I really like about this is his performance in general, like his body performance, his stage performance, even though, yeah, I would say that's a stage, right? Now I don't know whether this is a studio or a stage or like both at the same time, but the way that he's moving, the way that he's enjoying the time with like the band, he's like really having fun there, and that's just like amazing to watch. I feel really energetic and happy just to see how he is enjoying performing this. So that's great. That's the kind of sensation that we want to create on people when we see Yeah, this looks like a theater, right? Those are seats right behind them. It looks like a stage in a It ends in such a jazzy style. Amazing. All right, guys, that's our analysis for Everybody Wants to Rule the World, as sang by Harry Styles. Let me know your thoughts on the song, your thoughts on his performance, and your thoughts, of course, on my analysis as well. If you want to become my singing student, don't forget to check out the page for my singing program, Building Your Voice, because in there we cover these techniques and much more. We talk about how to belt, we talk about how to practice passive vocal schemes for whenever you want to be really expressive with your voice using soft sounds as well. We talk about vocal distortions. How to practice and apply vocal distortions in a way that's safe for your voice, that will not hurt your voice. We have a vocal exercise library with exercises for you to practice each of the techniques that we covered inside the course. In fact, we even have a lesson on how to create your own vocal exercises to deal with challenges that you're facing in the repertoire that you are studying. So how to turn the songs that you're singing into vocal exercises. We talk about physiology, breathing support, all of that and much more. Check it out. Link in the description. And in case you are curious about my own singing, I will leave a card up here that will guide you to a playlist with my original music here on YouTube. You can also find me on Spotify, Apple Music, and it would mean the world to me if you could give me your feedback on my own music, because I like to say that I'm proud I'm not only a vocal coach, but I'm on the battlefield just like yourself if you are a singer, because I'm always writing music, recording music, releasing music. And maybe you are here because you like hairstyles, or maybe you are here because you watch another one of my analysis and you like the way that I deal with vocal technique. And it would, again, literally mean a lot to me if you could leave me your feedback on my own music, because I'm also on the battlefield. All right, thank you so much. That's all for today. You enjoy your day, you enjoy your coffee, and remember, if your concepts cannot be seen here in the real world, then they must change and not the world. See you in the next one.